Finance now in the share market has hit new record highs. The All Ords adding another 76.8 points. With the details, business reporter Chris Kohler.
A strong day for the share market. It gained through the session to finish 1% higher, 7,468 points. Oil drillers were the big winners today after the price of crude leapt to its highest level in 2 years. And Woolworths grew 1.3% after announcing it's going to take on the big banks, making its own payment system available to other businesses. And the Australian dollar was weaker today despite national GDP coming in better than expected. One Aussie dollar is buying 77.4 US cents, 63.3 euro cents and 54.6 British pence.
Thank you, Chris. Now let's get more analysis. Joining us as usual, Scott Phillips from Motley Fool. Good evening to you, Scott. Plenty of companies gaining good ground today, including a famous poultry producer.
Tracy, that's right. Ingham's Chicken, of course, a business that most of us know and probably have had more than a few of over our lifetimes, has had a really good day today with shares up more than 6%. It was the best performer on our markets today. Very much a story, I think, of the market catching up with an earnings upgrade last week. The company was going to materially beat consensus estimates. They're the fancy phrase we use for the collection of analyst views. Generally speaking, Ingham's is saying, look, we're going to do a much, much better job coming out of the pandemic. Plenty of people cooking at home, more than we used to, even as some of the country is, of course, out of lockdown. Victoria, unfortunately for them, still back in it. But Ingham's having a really good year and expecting better results in the second half.
Another company climbing 6.5% higher, the old Worley Parsons, now Worley Limited.
Yeah, that's right. Shares up 6% for Worley as well, the second best performer on the ASX 200. This is very much a story, again, of beating expectations and better second half results. Their order book has blown out from $13.5 billion to $14.1 billion worth of orders they have in hand. They're not yet to break ground on. They're basically going to rack it up and then do the work as they get to it. That stronger and larger order book really gives a sense of not only the size and the volume that Worley has, but also to some degree the margins they can charge. If you've got a backlog of orders, it means the customers need you more than you need them. That's good news if you're trying to set pricing, and good news for Worley's share price as well.
Yeah, indeed. Also, plenty expecting even better things from the share market before the end of the year, Scott.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, Morningstar's conference is telling today, Tyndall Asset Management saying they expect ASX dividends to be up 22% this year. Banks, of course, leading the charge. The iron ore price remaining really high, stubbornly high, some would say, but for shareholders, that's a great thing. When you combine those two things, the dividends, particularly from the banks, but also other companies, as well as the iron ore price and other things, it really does set the market up on top of today's GDP numbers with a really strong outlook as we finish the year.
Finally, Scott, what's shaping up on Wall Street?
Just having a look now, the numbers are pretty good. They're looking about up by 0.25%. The Dow Jones up 0.23%, and the S&P 500 up 0.2%. Hopefully a good night for them. Hopefully a good day for us tomorrow.
As always, great to chat. Thank you, Scott. Next tonight, or tomorrow's weather details. You're with Nine's Late News. Back shortly. Let's wrap things up with the capital city forecast and a showery Thursday for Brisbane, a top of 22. Rain at times for Sydney, 18. Canberra, 14, a shower or two. Showers clearing in Melbourne, a top of 18. Hobart, partly cloudy and 16. Adelaide, 17 degrees, morning fog, then some showers. Perth, mostly sunny, 21. And completing the whip around, Darwin, mostly sunny and 32. And that's Nine's Late News for this Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow night with the Bulletin at 10:30. Our next news is at 5 a.m, followed by the Today Show with Carl and Ali. Enjoy the rest of your evening and good night. I'm Tracy Vo.